Very cool. Very cool. And yeah, that's an important benefit, right? So both of those, I think, summarize where you really want to be when it comes to um, focusing on the benefits of why you want that financial advisor. You want that trusted source who you have that good relationship with, that you trust, plus has the financial acumen. I think the final topic we'll dive into is how do you pick a financial advisor? And I had jotted down a couple of additional points here that I want to just call out and ramble them out before they fall off the paper here, so to speak. Bigger is better. That's my personal opinion. I've heard too many stories where people go with a very small one man or two man shop, and then all of a sudden the money's gone for whatever reason. For me, and I know this is probably going to go against the grain, I prefer the big banks. And I'm not going to call anyone out in particular, but the big banks have the firepower that if something goes sideways with one of their financial advisors, they're responsible for making you whole. So if you have $100,000 invested with a guy who's on his own versus $100,000 invested with Spin the Wheel, Citibank, Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, whatever that is, and somehow something happens to that account and it goes to zero, if you're just depending on that one guy, you're probably going to stay at zero. If your money was held at one of the big banks, you'll probably be made whole. And that's just my personal opinion on that. And Jody, I'll let you jump in on those pieces in a minute. The other piece is around friends. I have some friends that are financial advisors, and I feel that in some respects it would wreck the relationship if I invested with them, because, and I've seen it happen where people invest with their brother-in-law or their sister-in-law and something happens and the money goes away and the relationship's never the same. And I don't want to break relationships over money. So I'm more apt to have somebody that I'm friendly with, but not overly friendly with in terms of managing my money. You need somebody that you have the ability to get angry at without having to worry about getting angry with him or her. So I think that is important. And then the other thing is word of mouth. I found my financial advisor through word of mouth, and it worked out well. And I know it's an old cliche, but you go to a cocktail party, you have dear friends, and you're talking around the barbecue, and you don't ask them, okay, how much you got in your account? That's not the question. The question is, well, who do you use? I know people that ask those questions, and I'm shocked every time they ask it. And they'll ask things of that you're surprised that they would ask such a question, but people do, and they have no filter and they just ask it, right? But the more pointed question is, do you have somebody that works with you on your financials, and if so, would you recommend them? Hey, and that's how they get most of their business. The good financial advisors, they're not doing a lot of advertising. They're doing a lot of good work, and then they get referrals, right? And that goes for attorneys. That goes in your line of business, Jody, right? A lot of it's referral based. So